Transformers Prime the best Transformers? Yes. Yes, it is. Find out why in the N.W.A's 2-cent review for Transformers Prime.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to the N.W.A, or as we like to call them, the Nerds with Attitudes. This is AnimusPrime present, and right here is a place where we have nerdy discussions, debates, review, and just chat it up about all things animation, video games, or what have you. Whether it's popular, underrated, niche, old, and everything else in between. And we also have our 2 cents on the topic at hand. Also, a warning. This show contains a lot of cursing and profanity and all that jazz, and some spoilers. So watch at your own peril. Or don't. We don't care. We're not your parents. Now, enjoy the show.
About the first season of a show I've been binging. I'm like in the middle of season 2, and they kind of got me hyped. It's all JR's fault here. he got me hyped in this.
No regrets.
He got me.
I did not expect him. I showed him like one fight from the show, and all of a sudden he's like the show's biggest fan.
Hey, yo, man, I'm a fan, man. I went in hard, man. I go in hard. I go in hard, man. I go in hard. So we're talking about Transformers Prime. With me today, I have JR, which you just heard, AnimusPrime, which now I understand why you made that name. You're the 4th Prime, huh? You're the 14th Prime?
Team Prime.
And we have, we did have.
He's gone.
Isaac. He dipped out. He might come back in here. I don't know. But OldHunterRage will show up sometime in here. But like like I said, we're just gonna focus on the first season because, like I said, I'm at the halfway mark of season 2. Like I had just got done watching the episode where, like, I really like that episode too, where Starscream cloned himself.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And that was.
And he tries to kill Megatron.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
That was funny. That was a good one. I just got done with that. That was like episode 12 or 11, one of those. But I'm about like halfway through season 2. And then I got questions for season 2 too. Like I was like, how did the Decepticons get on Earth? Since when? But we'll get into that when we talk about season 2. Anyway, season 1, Transformers Prime. For those who are uneducated about this glorious Transformers show, I would go off limb too. I wasn't the biggest Transformer fan when growing up. I was alive when Transformers was a thing, yes. But I wasn't the biggest Transformer fan. Just like just with the G.I. Joe, those weren't my things. He-Man, like Silverhawks, stuff like that. Those are my niches. Those are my things. And then when Ninja Turtles came, it was a wrap at that point. So I wasn't really familiar with all the lore in Transformers. And this was a lot. There was a lot. I was like, wow, I did not know that. But let me tell the uneducated about Transformers Prime first. So Transformers Prime is an American computer animated television show. It was based off Transformers toy franchise by Hasbro, and it aired on the network of the Hub network, which I'm actually talking about the Hub network. Did he come back?
Yeah, he's back.
Sorry. Yes, there he is.
Shame what happened
my
about the Hub.
father called me.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway,
he's away at work all week, so.
All right, cool.
I'm back.
And it aired November 29th, 2010. Wow, 2000. This show is 10 years old.
Yep, and it's still amazing.
Really 10
Yes.
years old?
It really holds up really good, and it aired from 2010 to July 26, 2013, and then reruns would air on the CW's Vortex block back in 2012. But like,
Really?
yeah. That's
Wow.
what. Yeah, that's the little things I had looked up. But Transformers Prime focuses on the Autobots, or better known as Team Prime, which consists of Optimus Prime, Ratchet, RC, Bumblebee, and Bulkhead. And throughout their battles, they fight. They aid these three little kids, which I'm not gonna lie. The humans, will get into it, but the humans, sometimes I'm like, why are y'all here? Why did they introduce this human element? Why? One really, I just why is she here? But we'll get into that. But the kids,
In every Transformers series, there's always that one human you can't really stand.
But
Yeah.
we'll get into that. But the kids and another human, like I guess their liaison, they help them.
Liaison.
Yeah, they help them protect Earth against the Decepticons and their leader Megatron, which be killing me. How it's only 5 of these, man. Megatron has a freaking army, and he always loses. How? Until Megatron goes down there, I'm like, man, I have to do everything myself. Because when Megatron goes down there and fights the Autobots, he drops the Autobots. I don't think they gotta win when it's all 5 against Megatron. I don't think they, at least in this first season, they don't get, even Optimus gets bodied by this man Megatron. Megatron gives them the hands every single time he shows up. He's just like, oh well, you guys are useless. I'm gonna do this myself. Bops them, and then looks at everybody like, why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? Megatron is a beast in this, man.
He's been fighting since the beginning, like since the very, very beginning, before the war even happened.
Yeah, like you do get that thing about him in the pits and everything. So let me start this off with your how you guys got introduced to Transformers Prime. You already know how I got introduced to Transformers Prime, which you will see or hear that episode later date, but it's in our top 5 favorite. Was it top 5 or was it 7? Well, it's in a fight video. It's in that. It's gonna be. It was in
my.
Yeah, but that's how I got introduced to Transformers Prime. I saw one fight, and I have pre-ordered 2 figures. I got this model kit, and I got another figure on the way right now, and I even bought this fancy collector's edition of the show. But it's not. It's sad, isn't it? Because it's only the first season. Because I can only find the first season for some reason. But it's a fancy Asian one. Like it's a pretty cool box set, at least. But it's for the first season. But I got that too. So I became a Transformers Prime fan. I became a Transformers Prime fan over like a month. Just saying.
My God,
You created a monster.
When I get into a series, especially if I really like it. If I have memorabilia of it, that's a dope series to me. If I got collectors and stuff, but that's how I ran into the series, which I hate. Because while I'm watching this, I was like, man, this would have been so great watching this while it was airing. Man.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna take this away. We'll let JR go last because he is the Transformers aficionado. So we'll go with Isaac. How did you run into this series?
Well, I was spending the weekend at JR's, and as is usually the case, I have no say in what we watch. So he put on Transformers Prime, and I got hooked. We were watching it, and I was like, "Oh, this is not bad." And then I think we watched. I want to say we watched the whole first season that one weekend. I can't remember. And then I went home, and I sat there for a while, and I was like, "Dang, I want to watch more of this show." And then next time I went over there, we watched the rest of it, and I've been a fan of it ever since.
JR.
Corrupting minds. I corrupted these minds. It is all my doing. As is the way of the Sith.
I wouldn't say corrupted. I mean, I really like the show.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
If it was,
I know. If
it was a bad show, I would have never let you live this down.
I know. I'm just spinning it up. But I got into the show, I think, near the very beginning, because I remember I had access to the Hub network, and I was just watching like random shows from that network, and then
I forgot about that. Not everybody had the Hub network. Not everybody could get it.
I was like one of the lucky few. It was like in my DirecTV, and it was always be on my record list every time it shows up. It started the show, and I'm like, huh, this is actually not bad. Like, I saw like clips of it, and I was kind of wary of like Optimus' design, because I was like, he is a lot skinnier than I thought he would be.
Oh man, like I get why you say that. I do get that. I personally love the design of Optimus because he looks like a hero, and this Optimus, like my knowledge of Transformers is when I was a kid, I saw almost the entirety of Beast Wars, and I saw the Transformers movie, and that was it. The animated movie, not the live action movies, and that was it. I didn't get quote unquote back into Transformers until Michael Bay did the Transformers thing. And
yeah, like this show, like this was the second show that kind of, I would say, loosely based off of that, because the designs are his design is kind of similar to the movie.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like associating with that. Like, Optimus had a nose and fucking thing, and I'm like, where's his nose? I was young, I was stupid, I didn't know what was good. And then I saw this show, and I was like, well, this is like 10 times better than the movies. The movies are shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know that they based this show off of the movies somewhat.
Yeah, they did somewhat.
Because it's not completely like the movies at all. Because they have like subtle references, like The Fallen. Bulkhead said something about The Fallen, and that was the second movie, the live action movie, Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah. Perhaps Phil.
No comment.
I wasted tears on that one.
Oh my god.
But
so
anyway,
you watched it as it started, man. I wish
like near as it started.
Man,
I was reluctant at first, and then I watched the first few episodes, and I was like, okay, you got me. What else you got? And it kept pulling me in more and more and more and more, and then I was like, okay, I'm officially in love with this show. This show is amazing.
Yep. That's what happened with that. I'm a big person on fights, and I saw that fight, and I was like, "Yo, I can't wait to get up to this episode. This is in season 3, man. I gotta wait 2 seasons. There are some dope fights in season 1. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we'll get into that in a minute, but let's go in. let's go on the animation standpoint. I am very weary about CG 3D animated cartoons or anime in general. Like I was just having this discussion with Isaac right before we started this about what was it called, Asura?
Kengan Ashura,
Yeah, how weirdly animated that looks.
Yes.
That fighting anime.
Yeah.
That's on my list. Yeah.
Besides Baki. So like when series looks like that, they kind of look, to me, I see PlayStation 1 graphics. That's what I see. But this, even for a 10-year-old cartoon, this looks, it holds up. This is like PlayStation 3, early PlayStation 4 graphics. This is a really nice looking show. And I like the designs of almost all the robots. Now, when you told me about the humans, some of the humans, I am not gonna lie. Boy, they don't look human at all. Like Jack, Jack, that man's nose, man, it is so low. Jack's nose is so low, man, and I'm just like, dog, man, I don't know about this, man. I feel some type of way about this.
And Ralph is a permanent Super Saiyan. Yeah.
Raph is like just regular Super Saiyan with glasses all day, every day. And it's just like, how is this even possible? He looks weird. And then Miko, oh man, she's not to mention that she's a fucking annoying. I hate that little girl. She looks weird too. And
he actually does something cool in season 3.
And
we gotta get through a whole other season.
There's no redemption. There's no redemption for her. I'm still hating her right now. There's no redemption for her.
Oh no.
Fowler, Ernie Hudson's character, Special Agent Fowler, even he looks super weird. He looks super weird too. The only person.
He's like a fat black Superman.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, the only person in this show that like looks legitimately cool is, well, I take that back. There's two people that look, the guy who voiced Clancy Brown voices Silas.
Oh yeah.
The leader of Mech. And
he reminds me of the Toy Soldiers. That dude from Toy Soldiers.
Yeah. And Jack's mom. She can get it. But
there it is. I knew that was coming.
Jack's mom. Boy, Jack's mom. But it's really about like the robots themselves, but they look cool. Whenever the robots are doing crap, like that looks cool. Whenever the humans get put into it, like it, I'm like, man, this looks real bad. I don't know why we got these humans in here. Go away. And I mean, I like some of the humans. I like Jack. I like his character. He's like basically I also like him because he's voiced by Josh Keaton, the Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah. And I like Raphael. I like him. I like him. He's cool. I don't like
Miko.
Yeah. How dare she have that same name as lovable Miko? Oh man, I don't like her. We can move into characters right now, though. Like, who? Let me ask. Who's your favorite Autobot? You can go by design wise, and who's your favorite Decepticon? You go design wise, personality wise, or whatnot.
It's hard.
My Autobot is it's a tie between RC and not Transformer, but Optimus. I love that man, Optimus. He just looks so cool, and he's like this Optimus is the most he's basically Jack from Samurai Jack. He's the most righteous, heroic dude I've seen. This man can give Superman run for his money, man. This Optimus.
He's Robo Jesus, man.
I'm
He's
like,
Robo
man,
Jesus.
I was like, I'll be
That's why they
Optimus.
call him
Prime.
Robo Jesus. He's like, he died for your sins, bruh.
I'll be on this man Optimus side, man. I'll be up all day. Like, and I like when he goes into battle mode, but when he goes out of battle mode and you can see his eyes and his lips and everything, and like that one, there was an episode where they were making jokes and they tried to get Optimus to laugh, and he just looked at him like, does not compute. And then, and I was like, man, that's just funny. Like, he looked innocent right there. He legitimately did not understand the joke. And then RC was like, man, that man Primes don't laugh. That man don't laugh. I ain't never seen that man laugh in his whole entire life. And I was just like, man, he's so cool. And then when they were in the Arctic, that one episode when they were in the Arctic and they couldn't bring out the jump bridge. They couldn't get that out, and RC and him, they were almost literally about to die. And then this man gave a passionate speech about death, and I was like, dog, this man Optimus is so cool.
We are to become one with the all. And
he held her hand, and they were bracing for death. I was like, dog, Optimus is just so cool. But my Decepticons, I like Megatron, not only because he's voiced by Frank, the original Megatron, not only because of that, but Megatron's a beast in this, man. Like, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm down with Megatron, man. I don't know about y'all Autobots, man. I'm down with Megatron, man. I'm down with Megatron. And when you get Knockout, when we run into Knockout, has the coolest form of all of them. Like, he's a cool looking car. He didn't pick no freaking fighter jet plane or any kind of air support. He picked the car, and then when and he's a doctor too, so he's kind of a rival to Ratchet, and he just looks smooth. And I love his voice actor. That man Knockout is so cool looking, man. He's just so dope. He's my favorite. He's probably, besides Megatron, he's my favorite Decepticon.
He's like the sassy gay character in the Decepticons, right?
But he's so smooth, though, man. He sounds so smooth.
He really is smooth.
But I'm sorry for cutting you off, man. You can go on about y'all. So Optimus all day.
Sure?
Team Optimus. Team. Favorite Autobot, favorite Decepticon.
Favorite Decepticon would be between Megatron and someone else who you don't see until a later season. I don't know if you've seen him yet, Dreadwing.
Yeah, you see Dreadwing in wait, no. You see his twin in the first season. Skyquake. Yeah, you see his twin in the first season. I already saw Dreadwing he gets introduced in the second season.
Okay, so between those two, but since we're talking about season 1, I would keep with Megatron because, oh my goodness, my favorite Megatron of all time. Frank Welker comes back, and you know how he sounds like in the original, the G1 series.
Yeah.
He's always screaming like,
yeah.
We meet again, Optimus Prime. But
that was a good impression.
That was a pretty good
impression. The first time I did that, I'm proud of myself. But in Prime, oh, he's cold. He's calculated. He's like he gives you the chills just by speaking, and he just exudes dominance. He just exudes power. And his fighter jet mode, oh my god. It looks so
Yeah,
alien.
like it looks so. Yeah, I was like, what the hell did he scan? That is nothing. Did he break into Area 51 and scan something over there? Man,
I think he just refuses to change into an Earth-based vehicle. Like, you know what? Fuck Earth. I stick with my own vehicle. Thank you very much. Like he did in the movies. He did in the movies. He turns into like an alien jet / tank.
Which it's implied that he was that jet even on Cybertron, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the case. Because he spent like 3 years like away from Earth. So. My favorite Autobot. Optimus or RC. They're both really good characters. RC has like a lot of emotional baggage that I never really thought I would see from RC. And I thought that was pretty neat. And she's sassy too. I like her sassy demeanor.
Right? She keep losing homies. She keep losing homies. Rest in peace, Cliff Joe. And that other nigga, keep rest in peace.
Yeah, what's his name?
Tailgate.
Yeah, yeah. Something gate. Yeah. Rest in peace, homie.
Yeah. But I love her I just love her sassiness. Like when they were building the bike and Jack was like,
yeah.
And she was like, maybe I need another one of these doohickeys. And he's like, you're a motorcycle, RC. Don't you think you know how to build one? And she was like, you're a human, Jack. Did you build me a small intestine?
Yeah.
Whenever I hear that, I'm like, I am the one doing.
Wow. Oh. Bringing that meme back
bringing
from the dead.
Bringing it back.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I forgot we were doing something. Honestly, like, my favorite Autobot is either Bumblebee or Bulkhead. That's Bulkhead, right?
Really? Yeah, I think those seem like Isaac characters.
Bulkhead is just wholesome as all.
He is wholesome.
I love him.
I really like him.
He's a really good dude.
He's so nice.
I want him to be like your best friend.
Yeah,
even though he puts up with Miko's crap. Man.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but
I think their dynamic works. Like, she gets into trouble, he's the one who has to keep her out of it.
Yeah, he's the big heavy guy that has to get her out of trouble all the time.
Yeah, it works for me anyway.
And then Bumblebee, for obvious reasons, I love Bumblebee. Decepticon, I don't know if she showed up in the first season. It's Spider one.
Arachnid?
Oh yeah, her.
Oh, right. Yeah, she shows up in season 1. Because that's how you get the RC flashback thing about the other tailgate.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, her.
And then Jack destroys her ship.
Bro, that episode, I love that episode.
Yeah, she was.
Because Jack,
cool looking, terrifying. All good.
Yeah, that was a like Jack went in though. Like Jack showed his worth right there. I was just like, man, you do what you need to do, Jack. I bet you if you had a Gundam, you would drop her. I'm just saying. But yeah, Jack is a beast, especially in season 2, the beginning of season 2. Because of what happened at the end of season 1, which we'll get into in a minute. But let me just harp on the voice talent. Like the voice talent is just ridiculously good in here, man. Like the voice talent is such good. Like you got Stephen Bloom up in here, the voice of Spike, or the voice of Vash the Stampede. You got Frankie Boy, who is Megatron and Soundwave, because he was Soundwave also in the movie, in the original series. You got Cliff Jumper was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I still can't believe that.
When he first appeared.
Yeah.
And then you got Michael Ironside up in this. Well, I take that back. You haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him yet. I mean, yeah, I know about him. I saw a clip about him, but I can't tell you the character he plays. Not yet. That's season 3. I'm sorry, everyone. But you get you got Jeffrey Combs as Ratchet. You have Peter Cullen as Optimus. Like, there's so many good voice actors up in here. You got Adam Baldwin as Breakdown, like, and then Tony Todd as Dreadwing. Like, there's so many great voice actors up in this that makes the entire cast pop. Like, this is like a star-studded cast. And then you got Kevin Michael Richardson as Bulkhead himself, so that man's cool right there too. And you got James Horan as Wheeljack. Like, man, it's a bunch of cool freaking voice actors up in this, man. There's a lot. And then Darius North as Knockout. He's so cool. But we can get into what the characters that we didn't like before I go on this rant about Miko and the reasons why I hate her with passion. Like, she's the worst character. Oh my god. Let's go with Isaac. Isaac, any characters you don't like? Least favorite character on the Autobot side and on the Decepticon side.
For Decepticons, really, for Decepticons, I can't really say I don't like them because you're not supposed to like them.
Starscream, like,
yeah, Starscream got on my nerves like so many times.
I love Starscream.
I love him too,
reasons.
and I think that's the point. You hate him, and you're like, you're a sneaky little weasel, you slimy little thing, and then at the same time you're like, dang, they wrote him really good.
His way out of anything, man.
Anything.
Yeah, it's great.
His funniest thing is the fact that, like, if Megatron is away for more than 3 seconds, he's like, well, I'm the king of Decepticons now.
Exactly like the original. Like 5 seconds. Like, they witness an explosion. They don't see Megatron around. Starscream's like, well, he's dead. Say hello to your new leader. And then Megatron shows up out of nowhere, like, slaps him at the back of his head.
He'll be like, all right, I guess I'm the leader of the Decepticons now. And then Megatron shows it's like, what'd you say? It's like, oh, I was just keeping your throne warm for you, master.
And while he's bound down, every single time Megatron, like that stint Megatron got when there was at the space bridge, and Megatron. First off, this is also why I like Megatron. This nigga survived the point blank explosion.
Yep.
Granted, it was because of the dark energon, but this man survived the point blank explosion. Basically shrugged it off like that. Nothing happened. But that man, when he took that crystal out of him, I was like, oh wow, that was cold blooded, man. Starscream. Cold blooded. And he basically was like, he whispered in that man Megatron said, I'm the
king. I'm the captain.
But that bastard.
What would it be like if he was voiced by Jeremy Irons?
Oh my god.
I would have loved that.
But that bastard Soundwave. Yeah, him.
Wait, which one's Soundwave or Shockwave?
I think it's Shockwave. The one that basically doesn't talk.
That's Soundwave.
Is that Soundwave?
Yeah, you mixed them up again.
They all look alike. Look.
Shockwave has the eye. Has the one eye.
They got wave in the name. Anyway. On the Autobots team, Isaac, who you don't like?
I don't know if I don't like any of the Autobots. I mean, the only
I just say team.
yeah. I don't know because I know you want me to say Miko. And
No,
look, I'll give you this.
I remember you
when we were watching
that
it.
she ever does.
Yep. Every time she did something, I'd be like, you know what? I hate you. I hope Bulkhead accidentally steps on you.
Oh, I hate
but-
it every time she breathed.
Look, I promise. I would say I don't like her, but again, I've seen the whole show. I know where it goes, and I think she redeemed herself. So I don't think I don't like anybody.
That episode where they were in the tunnel. They were in the wait. Damn it, I don't know if that's season 2. It don't matter. Anyway, the episode when they're in the tunnel, they're in the cave, and the cave crashed down.
Rock bottom, that episode.
Yeah. When, they're in the cave and it collapses on them. First off, this man Megatron, it was so funny when Jack got the drill and he drilled it, and Megatron
was like,
and Megatron was just looking at him, and he looked, and Jack looked at Megatron and was like, "Well, so you see me at a bad time. You better use the drill to get me." This is the only time. Yeah, and then he was like, "Yeah, I suppose asking you to use your drill to dig me out is that was so funny."
Asking shit. What did he say? Like exactly what he said. I remember he said something. It's similar along those lines, but he said it so like elegant.
Yeah, he did say it very elegantly.
So
and it was so funny. I bust out laughing. I was like, "This man Megatron."
I suppose helping those less fortunate than you is completely out of the question. That's what it was.
Wow.
He was like,
I love that
he-
line so much.
He totally said it like he's asking for help, but at the same time, he's still insulting them, saying that they're not. They want to help somebody in need.
Yeah. And it was so funny just seeing him like that, and his face, his whole facial expression, just like, "Bro, you gonna help me or not?" And then he was like, "Well then," and then he flipped it on him when that man Jack was like, "No," and then that man was like, "Oh well, then you better end me now. You can do it with your drill. I'm stuck. Optimus will do it." And then that man was like, "No, Optimus wouldn't do it." And then he rolled off just like, "Nigga." And then that man was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that man. I'm gonna get him good when I get out of here." But that part where Bulkhead and Miko were in that little room where her air was being suffocated, and then Bulkhead was holding that big old boulder and everything, and then Miko was digging herself, trying to dig him out, and she was losing a lot of air. I was like, "Oh, please let her die. Please let her die. Please let her die. Let her faint, or let her faint and go into a coma, so we don't have to see her no more. Oh, please let Bulkhead arms snap, so she just dies. Come on, please."
She's not even that bad of a character to me. Like, my goodness.
Please.
Like, I find her kind of endearing. I know everything she does is bullshit, but it's like the only thing that furthers the plot at this point.
Besides the human elements in here, besides the human elements in general, Miko, 97% of the time, the problems they run in is because of her, and that's the biggest reason why I hate her with a passion. It is her fault. Like it's straight up her fault. And there was only like one time when she was like, "My bad, I'm sorry, this was my fault because of this," and she owned up to it. Every other time, she gets mad when everybody blames her or like, "Oh man, I'm on the sidelines." You are human with 50 feet tall robots. You can't do shit. What are you talking about, little girl?
I had that
Without her, there wouldn't
exact
be a
moment.
show.
What was it? I can't remember what it was. She did, or they had to go on a mission or something, and they were like, "We're leaving Jack, Raph, and Miko at the base, and somebody's gonna stay with them." I can't remember who stayed with them, and they were like, "All right, you guys stay here. We got to go on this very dangerous mission. We'll be back soon." They go through the portal, and then there she is, and I'm like, "Miko, stop!"
And like,
if you get killed, it's on you.
Yeah, and the thing about it was that man Bulkhead was in the middle of fighting at that point, and he was winning, and then he looks to the side and sees Miko. She waves, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And then he gets bopped because he's worried about now. Not only do they have to fight the Decepticons, he gotta protect this little girl who we told you multiple times to stay there.
Yep.
Like it's
That's
like
Miko.
it's those things that really irk me. And then it was like, for instance, the episode where they get sent to another dimension almost, basically. Again, Miko's fault. Yeah, Miko's fault when they fight that zombie Dreadwing
Skyquake.
or Skyquake. They legitimately look alike.
Skyquake. They're twins.
They legitimately look alike. Anyway, but when they do that, that was another one of her faults too. Because why? She went to take a picture of a fucking zombie. Why?
Because zombies are cool and you want to take a picture of it.
This is not a character that I don't like, but shout out to the poor random Decepticon jobbers that randomly get beat up throughout the entire show.
I've seen a meme about that Decepticon, and they're all named Steve.
Really?
Oh, poor Steve.
Like, I remember in the Hub, when you watch it in the Hub network, they do like a little promo, but they dubbed the random Decepticons like, "You want to get a burrito or something?" Like they make them sound like they're having casual conversations, and while Starscream is like ranting in the background, he's like, "He's at it again. What do you think? What do you think he's gonna ask us to do this time?" "I don't know, but it's probably gonna be his fault." Oh, I love the Hub Network. They were so creative with their commercials.
I do feel sad for them sometimes, especially when they're just the ones that are in the mines, just getting the energon, minding their damn business, and then a bunch of Autobots just come out of nowhere, like Bulkhead comes in, just smashing them, and I'm just like, they can't even fight back. It's even apparent on one, because I remember one episode where that man Optimus even said something like, "They're just worker Decepticons. We didn't have to beat them up. We don't gotta beat them up." And then Bulkhead punches him. I'm just like, what the hell, Bulkhead, man? He was doing his job.
Yep.
It's so funny. The poor guy's just standing there like, "Dang, I hope I get to go home on time tonight." And then one of the Autobots comes running in. Like, oh, well, so much for that. I guess I'll have to have my spaghetti cold tonight.
And another thing about Miko, I guess I gotta wait for season 3 whenever she does whatever she's gonna do. I doubt changes my mind. But another thing about Miko I don't like, she brings nothing to the table. Jack is heroic, is a natural born leader, and his mom is hot and she's a nurse. Raph is a tech whiz at what? He looks 6, but isn't he like 9 or 10 or something like that? He's a tech genius. Even though he got family problems, you can tell he has family problems.
Poor
Because
kid.
like there was an episode where him and Miko and Jack were arguing, and you could tell like it was making him very uncomfortable. Like where you could tell he was in that situation where it was almost like the parents was yelling back and forth or something like that. So I'm more interested in the scene about more of his background, because so far in the first season anyway, you get a lot put on Jack. Like the other two humans don't get too much background or too many episodes focused on them. There's a lot about Jack, and then Jack and RC's development, mainly because I guess Jack was the first one you see. But I'm more interested in to see a little bit more about Raph, especially like when Raph gets injured towards the tail end of season 1, where Megatron bops poor Bumblebee.
Yeah.
First he gets his voice box ripped out by that man Megatron. He gets sneaked attacked by that man Megatron. Raph, I thought Raph was dead, man. I was like, oh no, not like this. I didn't want you to die. Why couldn't it be Miko? Why couldn't it be Miko?
So much hate.
Oh man, I hate her.
Oh my god.
And she, like I said, she brings nothing to the table but annoyance or getting into unreasonable trouble. Like I just like, you don't bring nothing to the table. What do you? I guess the one time she was good is when she took that picture of that one thing that they needed, and they're like, "Oh man, you got a photo. Oh, this is what we needed. Good job, Miko. Even though you shouldn't have been there in the first place." Okay, I give you a clap for that. But she brings nothing to the table. Absolutely nothing.
Please excuse me. So funny.
I have so much hate for her, Miko. I just hate her.
Oh my goodness.
I hate her. I hate her with a passion.
You know, I'm looking up the this whole time while you were talking, I was looking up the commercials for Prime, looking for those Decepticons that are dubbed over, and it turns out most of them are like they were Christmas commercials.
Oh, they were Christmas commercials?
Oh man.
Oh my goodness! Like a bunch of Decepticons, like we all love the figgy put. And there were even like commercials where Frank Welker as Megatron is like, he's being asked questions by random kids and he answers them. And I thought that was pretty cool. And he even sings in one Christmas. And, yeah. Wow. And there was even like what was it? There was also another Christmas song in which Megatron took part in.
Oh.
Oh wow! I just found
and it
out
makes
that,
me happy every time I see it.
I just found out that Miko's voice actor is Yuna in Ghost of Tsushima.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Man.
She became useful.
Yuna is useful. Miko. Nah, well, we can get into some of our favorite moments in the show itself. I mean, I will go back to towards the finale. I did not know Optimus. The whole time I thought Optimus was a Prime. Like, I didn't know it was a title. I didn't know it was a title. Yeah. I just thought he was born as a Prime or whatnot. And
not even born.
And this is the thing about the, what's it called? Is it the Transformer Siege thing that Rooster Teeth was doing? If they did this in the show instead of making that Optimus like the non-leader and a bitch, basically. If they did that differently and just made him as Orion Pack, that would have made so much better sense. That way we could have seen him become Optimus Prime or be titled, because like I did not know he was Optimus was Orion Pax, and he was a scholar, not a warrior.
Yeah.
a lot of the Autobots in this were like everyday like workers before they became warriors. Like Bulkhead, he was just a construction worker before he became part of the record crew. Like I didn't know all that, and then it was like intriguing, and I felt bad when he became Orion Pax, which it leads into season 2, which I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but like that Orion Pax, like that whole thing, I was just like, man, I did not know this, even though, and you're still so cool, even as not Optimus. You even have a cool name, Orion Pax. His name is Orion.
That is a good name.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But one of the dope, like, I have 2 moments that really stick out to me. The moment when, like, the drug episode, I was like, oh no, this is the drug episode. When Ratchet makes the synthetic Energon, and he becomes a beast. He goes in Bruce Lee-in Decepticon by himself. And he's and his eyes turn different colors. I was like, man, this Ratchet is off the chain. I got respect for Ratchet now. Because at first he was just the old crackety, mad, angry, old white dude. I kept seeing him as that. The old angry white dude who hate kids.
Yeah, Grandpa
like,
Joe.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
But
He's
when that episode,
racist towards humans.
Yeah. But when that episode came up, I was like, man, this Ratchet is off the chain. And then how he told Optimus the business, he got up in Optimus, even though Optimus is like 3 feet taller than him, he stood on his tippy toes and got in his face. I was like, yo, this man Ratchet is off the chain right now. And then he
went after Megatron.
Megatron.
And he laid out a punch.
When he laid out Megatron was like, when Megatron got laid down on the ground, he wiped off some blood off he was like, okay. All right then,
let's do this.
This is new, alright, whatever. And then Ratchet tried to punch him again. Megatron caught the punch. The camera panned and Megatron was like, that's what I thought, nigga. And then he broke his arm. And then it was like, at that moment, Ratchet knew he fucked up. And Ratchet was like, oh no, I bit off more than I can chew. No, I shouldn't. Nope, I shouldn't have did this. This was a mistake. Oh no, I'm about to die.
Yep.
And Megatron,
his high started to wear off.
His eye wore off quick.
And Megatron proceeded to put him into the dirt. And that right there, I was like, man, Megatron is a beast. That man Megatron was like, alright, well then, you want to play? Alright, cool, we can play. And he bodied him. And then he was like, well, guess your drugs are done. I was like, oh no, it's the drug episode. Oh no, this is the episode telling us kids drugs are bad.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Especially synthetic Energon.
Don't take steroids.
It's like that shit'll kill you.
But that was a dope fight scene when you see that man Ratchet kung fuing everybody. And then when towards the end where Unicron's about to show up or about to come back, like when Unicron does the shadow clone jutsu with the rock clones of him and everything,
basically.
And you see I got so hyped when I saw Megatron and Optimus fighting side by side, back to back, fighting these things. I was like, they look, and the whole action scene of that was so dope. I was like, this looks so cool. The antagonist and the protagonist fighting together. this is like the cool. I was just like, man, if Megatron just become a good guy, that'd be so dope. I was thinking they weren't going to stop Unicron coming back, and he was gonna come back, and like Megatron was gonna have to become a good guy, like for real. And I was like, man, I love Megatron. He can be the Vegeta. Well, I want him to be Vegeta to Optimus Goku, even though he's smarter than Goku. Please let him be Vegeta, but no, they beat Unicron. I was like, well, and then Megatron was like, and then when Optimus called him his what was his original name?
Megatronus.
That was his original name. And when he called him that, and then Megatron is so like how you had said cool and calculated, he instantly knew. I was like, oh, this isn't Optimus. Oh, I'm about to use this, man. And then the Autobots came in. He was like, who they? He was like, they the enemy. Follow me, homie. And then Optimus just follow that, man. And it was like, what? I was like, what? That was one cliffhanger. That was like, it was like 10 o'clock at night when I got to that episode. I was like, nope, gotta watch the next one. Gotta watch this. I gotta see how this. I was like, that would have killed me. Watching that while it was airing, seeing that cliffhanger, I was like, he joined the Decepticons? Oh my god, that would have killed me watching that while it was airing. That was a great cliffhanger, though. And I was like, man, his name is Orion Pax. Oh my! And then the foreshadowing knew when Ratchet told him, it was like, yeah, he wasn't always like that. Especially when you foreshadow it about Jack, he was like, yeah, Jack reminds me of old Optimus a little bit. Then I was like, old Optimus, like was old Optimus like a rambunctious kid or something? What do you? Was he a horny teenager? Because that's what Jack is. What are you telling me? What are you telling me right now? And then he goes into the backstory about Orion Pax. I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right. I feel you. I see that. I see that. I feel you on that one. I get it. But yeah, those two moments, those were dope. And the moment where Ratchet and Optimus went in and fought like that mini army of Rosen, I guess Decepticons and Autobots, where he uses all the Dark Energon and a Megatron. They're in that little canyon valley. It was basically like it had me flashbacks from the Cooler Returns movie. The Metal Cooler movie when Goku and Vegeta was finna fight all those Metal Coolers. It had me flashbacks where you saw Optimus and Ratchet's back and you saw this army coming towards them. I was like, oh wow, I hope they power up. they didn't power up, but it was still cool. That moment was cool too. You guys could go now. I'm done.
Can we speak?
Yeah. I'm done.
My God.
I really like the show. Just saying.
Mind you, viewers, before this, I had never heard Walt talk about Transformers like ever. and then he saw Prime, and now we have
just
this.
one clip. Just one clip, and he just.
I'm trying to learn lore and everything. I recently read and found out that Megatron becomes Galvatron. I forgot about that, man. And because of Unicron, like tricked that man, and I was like, oh man, there's another version of Megatron. Do we see that in Prime? I can't wait to talk to JR. I hope we see that in Prime.
Sorta. I don't want to spoil too much. I just.
I wanted it to happen when Megatron goes into when Bumblebee went into Megatron's head and he got out and he took over Bumblebee. I was like, well, that would have been the perfect time right then and there to like turn Megatron into Galvatron. he would have resurrected, quote unquote, came back to life, quote unquote. He could have became Galvatron at that point, but yeah, I'm learning lore. I'm trying to learn lore and all that junk too. But yeah, I know. But yeah, you guys could go. Like I said, I don't care.
Sure?
Yeah.
What are we even talking about anymore?
Your favorite.
We almost talked about everything.
Your favorite moments of the show, anyway. Favorite episodes or whatever.
You took most of them.
No, I only said like 3.
Yeah, that's all there is. No, just
It's 26 episodes.
But he goes like in depth. Jeez. Man, I need to remember.
I would probably have to say the
team up episode of Megatron and Optimus 2, because like I was telling y'all before, I can't recall a lot of the show because it's been a while since I actually watched it, and I only watched it once. But I'm starting to get the memory of those two fighting back to back again, and I remember being in awe during that part. So I'd have
Okay, now I kind of remember. It was in the episode One Shall Fall, and it was before they teamed up. Megatron had a vision where he would defeat Optimus, and Dark Energon would rain down from the sky. And he goes to the place where his vision comes true, and Optimus, at the time, he was on the ship. And he realized that there could be no peace between Autobots and Megatron, Autobots and Decepticons. And then he just came up with the conclusion that Megatron must be destroyed. And then he goes through the ship. He walks through the ship, bodying everybody. Like, and then he was like, "I've come for Megatron. Stay out of the way and be spared." But nah, they have to be stupid. Steve has to be stupid. And like when he was finished, he took one of their like wrist comms or whatever they were using. He was like, "Megatron, I am here. Come and fight me." He basically called him out for a one-on-one duel, and that's exactly what they did. They had a one-on-one duel, and it was amazing. Optimus had the upper hand. Megatron was like, "No, this wasn't how it was supposed to end." And Optimus was like, I could not have allowed it to end otherwise." And then while he was about to swipe him down with his sword, Megatron catches it.
Yes.
And then he basically powered up at that point. Oh, I love it.
Dope. That was a very dope moment.
Yeah, and Megatron just broke his sword, stabs him in the shoulder, and just wrecks him. All while in the background, Dark Energon erupts from a nearby volcano and rains down everywhere. That's like a movie poster right there. That was a movie poster right there. Instruments of destruction.
I wonder if they did a because they had a couple of 2-part, 3-parters in the first season. I wonder if the finale.
That was a 5-parter.
Yeah, I wonder if they did that. They aired that back to back. Did they air that?
Yeah.
Back to back?
Oh, like when it aired, like one episode ends and then it just
another one aired. Like, was it like a special thing, or was it like all 5 parts aired like once a week?
I don't remember. There are times where it seemed that way, that it would all end that it all aired like as like a 1 hour special or something. But no, that I don't think that was the case.
I know
I think it was just
the first 2 or first 3 episodes. Well, no, the first 4 episodes. When you get introduced to all the characters and everything, that plays as a movie.
5.
I know, yeah, that plays as like a movie, like a mini movie. Like that all is like, because I know you can find that all where it doesn't have cuts or anything like that. It plays like a movie. Yeah, but yeah. Those are
yeah, but they all ended with to be continued.
continued.
So.
Yeah. One of my, I would probably say another one of my favorite episodes is the when Bumblebee races Knockout. Then the race episode, where you find out that Knockout when they Knockout is dead.
Oh, the racing episode, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love how it all starts. Like, basically, yeah. Like it started off with Jack showing off RC, and she was like very hesitant about it, but then the dude just fucking called her like a bunch of nasty names, and then he was like, "You know what? No, I'm gonna make you cry."
This one time.
Just one time, Jack, one time, and then he goes off with Bumblebee. Just gets into all sorts of shenanigans. But I love the fact that Optimus, like, while everybody's away, while they're all off doing something that they weren't supposed to do, Optimus comes in and Miko and Wrath are there, and he's like, have you seen any of the others? And those two were just like, they were tweaking. They were like, well, no, sir. I do not know where the others are. And then Optimus was like, I love that face. I love the face that he made, like, one eyebrow raised, and he was like, something's not right here.
Something ain't right.
You sure? You sure you don't know where they is? No, sir, I do not. And then it comes in like last minute, just wrecks Knockout while he's in vehicle form, rips the car door open.
Yes.
It was like, and he tosses him. Get the fuck out of here. Huh.
I also kind of like how Jack's mom found out about the Transformers and everything.
Oh yeah.
Because because it's always in shows like this in general, action cartoons in general. It's always the one character that gonna have parent issues, and there's gonna be a point where, man, it's just like superhero syndrome. It's just so much easier if you just tell them what's going on instead of keeping it a secret and trying to keep it secret.
Yeah.
Which he did tell her, and she didn't believe him.
But then she's just like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then RC just kind of left him hanging. I was like, come on, RC, how dare you do that? Y'all was supposed to be buds. You could have just transformed it. Everything could have been explained, and he wouldn't be on, you know how grounded. He wouldn't be grounded anymore. He wouldn't be on punishment, man. Come on, man. He wouldn't have to ride his bike. Dang it. So I was kind of glad that Arachne had kidnapped his mom. So I was kind of glad about it.
We're glad that she got kidnapped.
Yeah, so she can like realize this is real.
Yeah, I guess.
And then
I just think that there's got to be like a better way to ease into it instead of just her just dropped in to the whole shit. You know, there's that weird thing where I'm pretty sure, like, a mom. It's a weird bit of dialogue. Like, she comes in, while the Autobots are out. While Optimus is out,
she
and she
said,
was like,
yes,
"So,
yes.
where's
Where's
Optimus?"
Optimus? And then,
He's away.
he's out. Ratchet, Ratchet's out like they're away.
Where
my heels?
I wore heels.
Heels.
And I wore heels and everything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you have a thing?
Yeah, and she was like so excited to see this man Optimus, and then that man Jack was like, "Mom." Oh man, that was funny.
Like, ooh, is Optimus gonna be your daddy?
Oh God! Don't
No.
ever say that again.
Not like this. Not like this.
There has been a human in.
Yeah, I know there's.
That's why
human.
I was thinking, like, throughout the whole thing, I was like, huh, RC and Jack are pretty close.
No,
Who
not like.
knows?
Anyway.
What do you even call yourself if you like that? I know people. There's furry. What do you
Cyborg.
call yourself? If you...
Technophilic?
Cyborg.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Any bad
Just means
things?
you have a thing for machines.
We'll end this with any
It's a
of the
thing.
bad.
but
Okay, we
In
get that.
this case, they're sentient. In this case, they're sentient. So there's more
No,
of a
JR, don't
reason.
try and justify this. No,
We're
no.
not gonna hate on anybody's fetishes.
no,
Or
we're not. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, don't try and justify. If you like it, you like it. You're weird, but you like it. It's fine.
It's
You
not.
just want to
untrue.
pretend it doesn't exist.
It's not untrue. Anything that y'all didn't like.
exists.
Anything y'all didn't like. Any elements of the show that you didn't like, or any unfavorable episodes.
I can't think of it.
I don't know.
The show did not have a. It had a theme song, right?
It did.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like like it's not your typical theme song where it's like they sing about who they are, what they do, and stuff like. It's not like Transformers.
They
Robots
are.
in
I
disguise.
don't know if it's official. I don't know if it's an official rendition of the theme song, but there is a theme song out there. Because I saw it on YouTube. There is a theme song out there with lyric.
Oh yeah, I think I know.
There's a female
I
singing.
think I know what you're.
Singing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've heard that one too. It's a good one, but it's not an official thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's official or anything, but
No,
there
it's
is
not.
lyrics. I could have left Mech. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like how they were doing Mech, how Mech was introduced or got interested, but I like how they did the heist on Mech with the train and everything.
Oh yeah, that was
That was
good.
basically Fast and the Furious, but the way Mech, I just the whole Mech thing, like, because they have episodes where Mech body, for instance, they body knockdown, like they knock down,
It was breakdown.
or break down something down. Look, man, they got some.
I'm just calling you out. I'm calling you out. Just,
You know what? You know what?
mess up.
You know what the hell I'm talking about. So I don't care. You know what the hell I'm
Not
talking
everybody
about.
else is gonna know.
Yeah, not everybody else is gonna know about all these thousands of different Transformers either. I'm pretty sure there is a Transformer named Breakdown.
There is.
There we go.
But you know which down I'm talking about. But I just don't.
You know
I don't.
down I'm talking.
I just don't like how they just like easily been like they dropped that man. He's the rival to Bulkhead. They dropped that man.
They underestimated that. Like, he's a Decepticon. They're very prideful about, like, yeah, we're superior to humans kind of thing. And that's where they kind of slip up. Like, some of these Decepticons get taken down by these kids. By the kids. So, yeah, a bunch of armed, trained humans.
How's it happen?
You could figure out that they can, like, take down Autobot or two.
Yeah, and I guess they was hitting them with MMPs, but I don't know. I don't know. And then I know this is in the second season. This is in the second season, and I will probably elaborate more. I don't like Nemesis Prime.
You don't like Nemesis?
I like the concept of it, but the way Cyrus was piloting him and bodying these guys, and he said, I will get into it when we do the second season, but I'll probably say it after we're done. But there's something that just rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm just like, this man must have had years of video game training. There is no way in hell you should be talking about
like if the control scheme is different, then it would make sense. But
yes, it would make perfect sense.
Legit
of what he
video
was saying.
game controls, like
yes,
VR.
And I'm just like, no, this doesn't make sense at all.
He played a ton of custom Robo.
I guess.
Which I still want to play.
Well, we'll end this with: would you recommend Transformers Prime, at least the first season, to people who never even heard of Transformers?
Well, yeah, because almost every other Transformer content, it kind of pales in comparison. You go back into G1, you get that nostalgic feel, but there's a lot of things in there that does not make sense. Especially animation quality. Like, the animation is horrible.
You gotta think about it. That was a different time, a different era. Back in that day, that animation.
But it's also hilarious because,
oh yeah,
Megatron fucking transforms into a gun. Which Starscream holds and shoots. Think about it. He transforms into a handheld, like a pistol. It's the size of a pistol for Starscream to use.
I didn't.
Then when he transforms,
it makes sense.
And then don't get me started with the trailer. That fucking reappearing trailer that comes out of fucking nowhere. Like every time Optimus transforms into a truck, boom, the trailer comes in.
No, well, I would say watch Transformers Prime over Siege. Like I said in the Siege thing, watch Transformers Prime. Anyway,
I still like Siege.
Siege is like a home. Siege is a Home Master commercial. Prime is an animated CG. It's a DreamWorks or a Pixar movie. Siege, Home Master commercial, Pixar, DreamWorks movie. You be the judge. Anyway.
A war film. It's like a war film, though.
Anyway, thanks for listening. We will come back with y'all for season 2 of Transformers Prime.
Thanks for listening. If you made it this far in the video, I tip my hat to you, you beautiful, wonderful nerd. If you have 2 cents to put in, drop that junk down into the comment section below. If you enjoyed our little chat, hit that like button. And finally, if you would like to support the N.W.A, the Nerds with Attitude, the best way to do that is to hit that subscribe button up there. We will greatly appreciate that. Thanks again, and always remember, show your attitude, you wonderful, beautiful nerd. Deuces!